beforehand. Haven't had a chance to do anything to it yet. Here's what we got. Notice none of it comes with its own hardware. Those are just the 2 caster camber bolts right there. So this picked up from AutoZone. We got our spring compressor, 2 front strut springs, 2 rear springs, 2 rear shocks. They're the orange non-adjustable shocks. Freaking helicopters. Rear lower control arm kit, upper control arm, and then that's pretty much everything. 2 struts, shocks as I said earlier. So we're going to go ahead and start pulling this thing apart. Jack it up, get some work on. Let's see how it goes.
My father told me when I was young, don't play with fire, be careful, son. But we were flames, we fell in love. We burned the cities down, down. That's why you learned to listen. You won't be lonely if you fall in love. Over and over again and again.
so what we got here is in the trunk. We got to get that out. Same thing on this side. That will pop out our shocks, which are right in here. Got the bottom shock off. That's our rear control arm that I got to replace. Although they ran a freaking cable right through here, so I got to figure out how to get that out for the emergency brake. That's super annoying. I hate when they do stuff like that. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start that process now. The upper control arm. And there. I don't know if you can see it. But it connects to the top of the rear differential. So, let's get her going. I will say the front end looks pretty good right now. Looks pretty good. Alright, sweet. Here we go. Something's kind of interesting. So the ones that came out, well, here's the new ones. Here's the ones that came out, obviously, as you can see, all dirty. But they're almost the same height. Like, I don't know, I guess when you push down, maybe this one gives a little more. I don't know, it doesn't look like much of a drop to me, but, oh, screw it. I mean, we'll see what happens. Let's continue. Alright, so here's what we got going on. We got the new Panhard bar on, which I'm going to show you now. Panhard bar right there. That right there. The wrench attached to it is the upper control arm. Working on getting that off right now. It looks like the bushing is cracked a little bit, so it'll be good to get that done. Other than that, though, that's about it. Got the new springs in. The lower controller is going to go right here. I just got to figure out how to detach that e-brake cable. Probably just look it up, but once that's done, moving right along. Getting there. Alright, so upper control arm, can't do that one right now just because the bolt's not able to come out the way I'm trying to get it. I don't know if I just don't have the right tools or what, but lower control arm. So here's the e-brake cable hanging loose. It's actually stupid simple. You can look it up. Just pop out this little clip, which holds it in. It'll come right out. And then get the lower control arm off. You gotta remove that one. Move that one. This should pop off. And I'll start installing the new one. So that's where we're at right now. Alright guys, thanks for watching. So the install is complete, and I just want to go over everything that happened. I think it looks great. Here's a before and after picture. So here's what we got going on. What we have, we went ahead and installed the struts and springs in the front. We also did the springs and then the camber bolts, as you saw in the install. So that was the front end. There's the top of the tire, that's the top of the wheel well. I think it looks a lot better. And then in the back, we went ahead and put in the BMR control arms. You can tell they're red right in there. I know my car's dirty, I had to clean it. We did the Panhard bar, which is up right in there. This is the sway bar, which I can still upgrade if I want to. For right now, though, it's doing fine. I was not able to do the upper control arm. The way you have to take it out involves going through the back seat and a whole bunch of other crap, and I just was not about to deal with that right now. It involves like removing the fuel tank and stuff. And at my level of knowledge, that's just not worth it. And then you can barely see the shocks right in there, and then the springs are also back in there. I did not cut the bump stops or anything, and I have not noticed any issues with it bumping or having a hard ride or anything when it hit bumps. So I think it's doing fine. See what else we got. Damn, it looks good. I love these brakes. These brakes are freaking beautiful on here. Those are the StopTech Z23. Other than that, though, I mean, that's about it. Lower the back a little bit. Not as much as the front, but has a good rake to it now. And I had one before, but now it's just a lower rake. As far as scraping goes, I've only hit or really scraped on one speed bump, and that one I knew I was going to scrape on. It's just a real long speed bump, and I hit it right around the middle. I could feel it on the exhaust pipe, just barely scraped, not too bad. But it's definitely daily drivable. It's not like too low. I originally wanted to go with the EBOC lowering kit that does the Extreme Sport, but looking at it now, that would have been just too low. I would have scraped on way more stuff, and I don't think it would have been a daily drivable. So I'm very happy I went with the SR 1.5 inch drop all the way around. Went ahead and did it right, got the Coney orange shocks and struts, got the new lower control arms to get rid of some of that wheel hop that I was experiencing in the back, so now it definitely launches smoother, and I can tell that's the difference. And then while I was at it, I also decided just to purchase the shorty antenna right here. I think it looks a lot better than the freaking 4-foot tall antenna that used to be there. But yeah, guys, anyway, that's everything that we did. I did run into an issue, and you see it for a minute when I'm trying to get the rear shock absorber in place. So what I had in before was Monroe, and that is not factory. There's supposed to be a factory OEM part from Ford. Monroe is the second company that makes it. It's a little bit more inexpensive. I understand why, because it went out on me in about 15,000 miles. But the rear shock was more narrow in the back than the stock one was, and Coney makes theirs to stock specs as far as width and fitment goes. So when I had it in there, I couldn't get the new shock absorber in, so I wound up using a crowbar to pry apart the bar again because it had been torqued down, so it had crimped the clamp. And then after that, I was finally able to get that freaking shock in there. Then I also found out that Coney doesn't send you hardware, and I mentioned this before, hardware for the tops or the shocks. So on top of the shocks, the old bolt from Monroe is not the same as the one from the regular Ford. They have a different thread pattern, so I had to go and find a new thread pattern. But if anyone's curious, it is a metric 10 1.5 thread, and that will get you, that's what the rear bolt thread is supposed to be. But yeah, anyway, so here she is. I absolutely love the way it looks right now. I'm definitely get behind it. It's dirty right now. I need to clean it. It's real bad. I've been doing a lot of driving, but it's looking good. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, please leave a like. That dude's ripping. It sounded really good. One of the 5.0s or something. But anyway, as always, appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next video. Have a great day.